How to Clear Your Mind. Extract by Dr. Joe Dispenza. A habit is when you've done something so many times that your body knows how to do it better than your mind. When people wake up, they start thinking about their problems, which are circuits of memories in the brain. Each memory is connected to people and things at specific times and locations, and if the brain is a record of the past, when people start their day, they already think about the past because each memory has an emotion. The familiar past will sooner or later be a predictable future. Therefore, if you believe that your thoughts create your state of being have something to do with your destiny, then it become the means of thinking by the very definition of the emotions you've been thinking about in the past. For the most part, you're going to keep creating the same life. As a result, people grab their phones and check their WhatsApp. They check their text messages, their emails, and Facebook. They take a picture of their feet and post it on Facebook. They tweet something, they do something on Instagram. They check the news, and after that, they engage in a series of routine actions. They get out of bed on the same side, go to the bathroom, get a cup of coffee, take a shower, get dressed, and drive to work in the same way. They also see the same people who make them feel the same way, which becomes the routine and becomes like a program. As a result, they have lost their free will to a program that makes us, like everyone else, slaves to this system. We need mountains, dirt, and air, and there is no unseen hand that takes them away. When it comes time to change, the repetition of that cycle becomes a subconscious program, making us 95% of who we are by the time we are 35 years old. It's an old set of behaviors, emotions, reactions, habits, beliefs, and perceptions that a person has memorized and that works like a computer program. As a result, a person can say with 5% of their conscious mind, I want to be healthy, I want to be happy, I want to be free, but the body is on a whole new program. So how do you start making those changes? Well, you have to get past the analytical mind. The analytical mind is what separates the conscious and subconscious minds, so most people wait for a crisis, trauma, disease, or diagnosis, some tragedy to decide to change, and my message is to not wait. That's where meditation comes in, because you can teach people through practice how to change their brainwave patterns, which slows them down. When they do that correctly, they enter the operating system, where they can begin making some really important changes. After that, I believe that the most difficult part is teaching our bodies emotionally what the future will feel like before we actually experience it. In a sense, our bodies are our unconscious minds. If you're sitting down and you start thinking about some future worst-case scenario that you're conjuring up in your mind, and you begin to feel the emotion of that event, your body doesn't know the difference between what's happening in your world and our world and what you create by thinking or feeling alone. As a result, the majority of people are constantly reaffirming their emotional states, so when it's time to let go, it results in that the servant has become the master. The person suddenly prefers to feel guilt and suffering when they step into the unknown, because at least they can predict it is a scary place for most people because the unknown is uncertain. People say, I can't predict my future because I'm in the unknown. I always say that the best way to predict your future is to create it, not from the known but from the unknown. What thoughts do you want to fire and wire in your brain? Demonstrate the act of mentally rehearsing them in one day by closing your eyes and mentally rehearsing the action. If you are truly present, your brain does not know the difference between what you are imaging and what you are experiencing in the three-dimensional world. As a result, you begin installing the neurological hardware in your brain to what is no longer a record of the past, but rather a map of the future. It appears as though the event has already occurred. If you keep priming it in this manner, the hardware becomes a software program, and who knows, you might start acting like a happy person.